I'm Martin Smedebak, and I'm here with
Linda Lindström.
And Linda, where are we right now?
So we are in Stockholm, and we have just been at an annual general meeting for
Scandi Standards.
Yeah, thank you.
So Scandi Standards is multinational chicken producer.
Yes.
In I think seven countries.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the Nordic countries, but also Ireland, Lithuania.
Yes,
and now also
the Netherlands.
Yes.
Yes.
So one of North of Europe's biggest chicken producers, it must be.
Yes, exactly.
So how come we as an animal rights movement is here at chicken producers annual general meeting?
Yeah, so we thought that we can come here as shareholders because we have bought some shares.
Shares? Do animal rights company want to buy shares in a chicken producer?
I mean, that's very strange. And why do we have shares? I mean, I think I have one share, and I think Animal Safety Movement has like 2 shares or something.
It's about $15 worth of value.
Yeah, exactly. And we haven't done any profits. So we just bought shares because we want to be able to ask questions on this annual general meeting about how they see the future about plant-based food system.
We were not completely sure if they would let us in. I mean, every shareholder has a right to come to this annual general meeting, but since maybe we are known as fighting for animals, that would be like something new to them, I think, that someone of us comes to the general meeting.
Yeah.
But how did it go when we arrived this morning?
Well, it was, they were very friendly to us. We were drinking a cup of coffee outside the meeting room, and we talked.
We asked for a vegan sandwich, but they didn't have it.
Yeah, they told us that we had to order that before, of course. Exactly.
And before we came in here, we also had a small demo outside.
Yeah, exactly. We had a manifestation outside the annual general meeting, and we were about 8 people standing with signs with like "animals are our friend" and vegan messages.
And it was Katrineholm Chicken Save, our local save group, that is usually outside of the chicken slaughterhouse, the biggest one in Sweden, belonging to Kronfågel, one of the big companies in Scandi Standard. And they kill, I think, about 50 million a year by themselves, I think.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So we came up here, and we began to discuss with a few.
Exactly.
In the board, there was one,
exactly.
for instance, and one employee of Scandi Standard.
Yeah.
And first I talked with the board member of the climate impact. And he said, "Oh, it's better. They people switch from red meat to white meat."
Yeah.
And of course, that's true. I mean, climate-wise, it's better with white meat than red meat. I told him that when it comes to how bad it is for climate, chicken is 4 times as bad as beans and lentils.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I don't know the specific figures, but that's something I checked yesterday with the Swedish Agricultural University." I continued to talk with the board member, and to that point it was no strange looks or very friendly. But then I raised that, it's also a lot of suffering for a lot of individuals, and saying that just in Sweden it's more than 100 million chickens a year, and they live under horrible conditions. And chickens are among those that suffer the most within our food system.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they got a bit more uncomfortable, and one of them said, "Oh yeah, I haven't looked into that so much." And I said, there is really good research on that. And I suggested one of the professor in ethology, Per Jensen, that we have, that has written a whole book on chicken, their needs, and the pain they feel in the industry. And then we started with the meeting.
Yes.
How was that?
Well, it was interesting. of course, during a meeting, it's a company. They are trying to do as big profit as possible, of course. So a lot of the meeting was about their how much profit they have done and how they want to refine the chicken and do more chicken products and stuff like that. But we also had a Q&A time that we had the possibility to ask a question. So we asked how they were thinking about transforming more to a plant-based food system. And
before the meeting, we looked on Google and we found that in 2021 they actually had a plan.
Yes,
exactly. They register at our Swedish authority.
Food agency here in Sweden. They had a plan together with the Swedish Food Agency about transform to more plant-based products, and they also wrote on the website during that time that they see a need on the market for that. Right. We asked them what they are thinking now about that, and they said that they are not planning anything about
because that was 4 years ago, and we haven't actually seen any plant-based products from this Swedish chicken producer, Kronfågel.
Exactly.
There has been nothing.
Yeah.
So what happened with it? Did the CEO answered you when you asked the question and said, no, there is no plans, except they were thinking about these mixed products where you have some chicken and some plant-based.
Yeah, exactly. But no, just plant-based products there. No.
So that was a bit disappointing that they didn't really see any prospect for that. But now we have raised the question at least, and for next year we're going to make sure that to leave our motion in time.
Yeah, exactly, because we actually wrote a motion, but we was a few days late with sending it to them, so we didn't have a chance to read it for them during this meeting, but next year we will send it, and we will also ask a lot of more questions about how they're thinking about sustainability and the transformation that we also have to do because of the climate. And I think we should mention more details about the suffering actually the chickens are going through in the process. I think we had to make them aware that it's not a product, it's an individual, and they can suffer, and they are suffering a lot in this industry.
It was remarkable for a chicken company how little chickens were mentioned in this meeting. It was more like how much money will the different board members get, and it was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was millions, actually. It's so strange. I wonder how they can sleep at night.
But I don't think they think about what it means, really.
But we should do this more often.
Yeah, that may be something for you, where you live. We bought also as an organization.
Yes.
It's possible to, at least here, to own a share with the organization. But as you say, you can do it as an individual as well. And this was an experiment for us. We haven't done anything like this, buying a share in a company and being a part in this way. But I think we need to be creative in how we try to change. And there are so many levels and ways that we can try to change. And it's worthwhile testing new ones.
I think so. We have to test everything. And I think this is a very good, coming from the business side and actually questioning what they are doing.
we are people, we form relationships. Now we have formed some with these people here.
Exactly.
And maybe they will go home and think about what we said.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see how good they sleep.
Yeah.
This was a good experience,
Yeah.
at least, I think.
Yeah.
And thank you, Linda.
Yeah, thank you, Martin.
And thanks for our activists that stood outside as well this morning.
Yes.
Yes.
We will do this again.
Yes, we'll come back.
Yeah. Bye.